Hi, this is Ronnie, and welcome to today's Scrappy Challenge. And today's Scrappy Challenge is, well, this is actually last week's Scrappy Challenge. It's Valentine's Day layout. I'm a week behind. Yeah, and I'm going to use that Crazy For You paper, and I pulled out the ones I thought I'd use that was about the right size, and then the basic gray letters, and then some simple story letters, and there's the scraps. And that's a We Are Memories Keeper, so easy. And I'm going to do this layout opposite of what the layout is on the sketch because my grandson, the direction he's facing in the pictures, I wanted him to face into the layout instead of having his back to everything else in the layout. So I'm putting it on the other side. And that piece right there in the sketch is just a strip. But I wanted it to back all three of my pictures, so I made it bigger. I made it wide enough. The pictures in the sketch and in my layout are 3.5 by 5.5, and so they all three fit on there pretty good. And I'm showing you there that that's a vertical picture. It has a little boy in it, but my pictures turned out dark in the background, and I think I was trying to take the little boy's picture, and it focused more on the Valentine's box, which we made it like a mailbox instead of on the little boy. So he didn't show up, and I figured I might as well cover him up. So you're going to see me use a heart to cover him up later, since I am using it horizontally instead of vertically. And there I'm trying to decide how I want that. It has it in the layout, and it has one corner. I use the We Are Memory Keeper corner chopper, I think it's called. And I almost decided to put the black and white there, but I decided no, I'm going to go ahead and do with the multicolored piece. And this is a diagonal piece of paper in there. It has a diagonal stripe, and I'm going to use it for my banner. And I'm trying to decide how long I want it there. And I'm going to try it again and make up my mind how much I want to cut off, because I do want it coming out, but I knew I had one more piece of paper to put on there, and it looked solid in the sketch, and I decided to go ahead and go with the solid. There was so much pink and purple in this paper that I decided the solid would work better. And the heart that I'm going to use has pink in it also, but I had two made up already, and one had pink and one had glitter. So I thought, well, I'm already using some pink in the layout, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it, and not the glitter, since it is my grandson instead of my granddaughter's. And I'm putting that on the heart on dimensional tape, and just because I started thinking everything in here is flat so far, and I wanted to add some dimension. And see there, I covered everything up. You really can't see anything of what the background is, but you can still see his box with his flag there, because my title's going to be, Hey Jacob, You've Got Mail. And since he's holding that box up with his name on it, I'm going to put the hey right next to it. And so, and here's where I remember the circle. I'd forgotten all about the circle, and I cut it out with the We Are Memory Keepers circle cutters. And I'm just going to tuck it behind everything and make it work. And it has little hearts all over it. And yeah, it's pink. I did use quite a bit of pink on here. But it is Valentine's Day. Maybe he won't complain too much. But I used as much of the black as I could to help pull away from the idea that I am using pink. And this is that diagonal stripe again, and I'm going to make the banner at the top to match the banner at the bottom. But I get to looking at it and think I want it a little bit thinner instead of the wider one. And I'm going to repeat the red that I used at the bottom again up there at the top, because it does have a strip there, and I wanted to repeat the red. And I got to thinking, since it's going to be kind of standing alone and coming out there, I wanted to make sure it was straight. I thought about hand cutting it. I almost did. And then I decided I better use my trimmer. And the sketch here has some stitching, and so I'm going to use my So Easy rollers on there. I'm going to a roller on there, and it makes the holes so you can make the stitches, but unfortunately I did not have any black and I wanted to use black, and so I'm going to use my mash pen instead, and I'm going to go over the lines several times so it looks like embroidery thread, because it has several threads instead of just one. And so I'm going to go over it several times so it kind of looks more like thread going through there, and that I actually hand stitched it instead. And the holes are there, so it makes it look more like stitches than some faux stitches do. But one thing about using these We Are Memory Keepers rollers, you can do stitching and do real stitching, which I have done, and you can do the faux stitching. With the little piercings in there, it looks a lot more real with the faux stitching than it does without. And I think next I'm going to get a sticker that's on that sticker sheet, Crazy for You. Yeah, and it says, oh my gosh, I can't even remember what it says. Maybe it's I love you or something. Anyway, it's a saying that goes along with Valentine's all the time, yeah. So I thought I'd use it on there. And it has more of the red than the pinks, so that's part of the choice of picking it out. And here I'm getting out of February 14th to go on there. And I'm thinking at first I'm going to put it down there by my banner. And I go ahead and back it with some of the black. And I'm still thinking that's where I'm going to put it. And I decided to do it dimensionally. By the time I got the dimension on there, I decided to put it at the top. Next I'm going to use those little hearts that I showed before. And I'm going to use them kind of like enamel dots. They come in 3 sizes, so I'm going to put 3 different sizes there. They also come with stripes and polka dots and solids. And so I'm going to put variety as I put them on there, so they're not all the same. And I put them in 3 places. I don't actually have 3 clusters because I really have the one bigger cluster and the smaller. But since I'm so used to trying to make 3 clusters, I thought, well, I'm going to at least do it with the enamel dots. Well, not enamel dots, puffy hearts. They're puffy hearts. And I thought it needed something right there, so I pulled out the Wow from Freckled Fawn, and it's a paper clip, and added it. Anyway, that's my layout. Didn't take long using a sketch, and maybe I'll have time to catch up and get the other layout done today. So check out everybody else's channels. I'll leave links below, and you can see what they've created this week. And join our Scrappy Challenge group on Facebook. We'd love to have you, and we have challenges every week. Oh, that round sticker, it says, "You are out of this world." I knew it said something Valentine-y, like you'd see on a Valentine card. And that's the February 14th, and that's my layout. I will leave links below to the other gals, so you can check out their layouts and see what they've created this week. And this week's challenge is actually making something with ribbon. So I think I'll use the sketch again. It went pretty fast, and maybe I can get both layouts done and be caught up. Thanks for watching. Bye.